Welcome to another delicious review. Today we have a very beautiful day, and for this very beautiful day we have a special ration. As you may see by the packet, this is ration from Russia, and this is quite a special one. I haven't seen any reviews of this, English speaking reviews on the net. Hope you can see this. This is a ration which is called ration питания мелких команд, which means this is for small troops or for small teams. Actually, maybe you have seen a Russian review which was for 6 men. Some of great reviewers have done this, and this is something like new version, because the whole case is 6 times this package, and it is for the whole troop. And this is 24-hour ration. So on this very beautiful spring day, I will show you this. Let's have a small look through my window on this beautiful fresh green leaves. This ration is also interesting for other reasons. One is that it has only 1 year shelf life. I don't believe it, actually. It is strange. And another is that we have really interesting items here which I haven't met before in Russian rations. So let's open this bag. It is quite heavy, about 1.8 kilograms. Well, it's a standard bag, but you have a ziplock here, so I will open this way. You have even a tear notch. Maybe it is not perfect, because tearing off this foil at the end, I have damaged the ziplock. It was just so made. But anyway. Inside we have a cardboard box, like in many Russian rations, and let's crack inside. Because the ration is big, I will show you it item by item. So let's start with these two interesting packages. First is potato puree, and this is instant potato puree, and this is instant scrambled eggs, or let's say omelette mix. So I haven't seen such thing in any ration, and it is different from the MCWs, for example, where you have freeze dried, because actually you have to fry it or bake it a bit, so it needs just heating. We have two mains, which is poultry meat with green peas and carrots, and this is Buckwheat Groats with beef. We have also a pate, and something also interesting, which is rare. This is a soup, really soup with turkey meat. This is kind of vegetable soup. We have our vegetable puree, or you know it probably from the other rations. We have 3 packs of galiety, of the biscuits or crackers, 2 packs of tea, black tea, 1 pack of coffee, 6 packs of sugar, a lot of. We have processed cheese, we have our apple jam or apple butter. This time it is not in a bag, but in such a container. Salt and pepper, this special process opening device, and another thing which is really interesting, which is real butter. For the first time in any ration I have seen this. And we have also condensed milk. I will start with kind of breakfast. So I will make this scrambled eggs or omelette, and we'll try this pate and this butter, which is interesting, and the tea. We'll open also these crackers. This should be heated, as I already said, and one also interesting thing is that in this ration we don't have any type of heaters, stoves or FRH, anything, so probably the soldier have something just as a separate equipment. You have to mix it with warm water, and then you have to, let's say, bake or just fry. So I will make it on a frying pan. This is how it looks like before mixing, just a fine yellow powder. I don't know how much water should I give, so it will be just an experiment. And note that we don't have any utensils here like spoons, napkins, wet naps and so on. So I have taken an older Russian spoon, and let's try to mix it. Not too much water, I can always add something. I think it should have a consistency of just eggs, just scrambled eggs or mixed eggs, more or less. So we have something like mixed eggs here. I will use also this butter just for frying. Let's open this and have a look. It's a bit soft, but looks like butter. By the way, these scrambled eggs have a 1 year shelf life, and maybe this is the reason why the whole ration has such short shelf life. The butter is, for example, 2 years shelf life, and the mains are 3 years shelf life. So let's go to the pan. So we are ready. I fried kind of pancake or omelette from this because it is really stiff, so I think this is the proper way to fry it. So let's try. Probably it needs salt and pepper, but look, it's like a like omelette. I have to say it is really good. So it is of course not so soft as a normal omelette, but the taste is really excellent. So it doesn't need any salt, and because it is fried on this butter, it has also rich taste of this butter. Let's try the butter on the cracker. Well, it's really good. It's just normal fresh butter, very tasty. And what is left here is this pate. I haven't opened this because I want to read you what's inside. It is not a liver pate or pork pate. This is actually chicken pate. So we have chicken, we have also some dried milk. We have also we have also eggs, we have also sugar, black pepper, we have also nutmeg and bouillon. So really interesting. Let's open. Yeah, the color is light, and I will just try it on its own. Well, it's a quite good chicken pate. It has a slight bitterness to it, but anyway, the taste is good. It is well seasoned, so quite nice surprise in Russian ration. And you know what? I have an idea that this omelette could taste really good with this vegetable puree or squash puree or whatever, mixed vegetables puree. and let's try it. Okay, the fight is over. I won. So I will put it here. Wow, it's really tasty, well seasoned. And now let's have a vegetable omelette. It was an excellent idea to combine this eggs, butter taste, together with this a bit sour, a bit spicy vegetable puree. So let me now finish this because it is getting cold. Just a sip of this tea. But let's have a sip of this tea. This is Majski chai. It's reliable tea. I've had this before and it is really good. See you in the next meal. Let's have our lunch. I took this poultry dish, which is poultry with green peas and carrots, and we have this potato puree. I have coffee, salt and pepper, and this sweetened condensed milk for the coffee. Actually, we don't have any snacks here like raisins, nuts or fruit bars or whatever, so this is just a basic, but I hope delicious meal. We are almost ready. Let's make this potato puree. You need 400 milliliters or 12 ounces of hot water to make it, but you can make it also with lukewarm water, I mean up to 50 degrees centigrade. And what's interesting, if you have this colder water, you need less water, 300 milliliters. I don't understand this, but it's supposed to be like this. So I have hot water, 400 mils, and let's make it, and we'll wait something about 2-3 minutes. Looks great. I have made also the coffee, and later on I will add the milk. Now let's get our main from the hot water. Maybe just a small joke about this. It is made in the city of Starodub, on the street, on the Lenin Street. So in the old communist time, people said that Lenin is still alive, and you can see that the Lenin is still alive here, at least the memory of it. Well, let's have this special device, because it is really, I have to say, the foil is really strong. I don't know how to use it properly. I suppose you have to slide it, this pin, and open. No. So now you see I'm not the Russian Special Forces soldier, so I will just use a knife. Let's start with this puree. As you can see, it is a whole bowl, so it is a lot of food. I don't know if I can eat it together. It's too much for me probably, but anyway, it's worth to try. Really nice taste. Of course, it is very smooth, and you can taste that it is a puree made of instant flakes, potato flakes, but it doesn't need any salt or anything. But I have this butter still, so I will try now. It was in the fridge. I will try to enhance a bit this puree with this butter, because anyway we don't have anything. We have these crackers, so not further use for this butter. Now let's have a look on our main really big chunks of turkey or chicken, together with a lot of green peas and bit of carrots. Let's try. It's really great. It has a taste of a homemade dish, something like stewed meat, not very fatty. I will add a bit of pepper here, but it is salty enough, it is not bland. Very interesting. Let's try it with the pepper. Well, actually it didn't make any difference. Maybe I should give more pepper. Now let's try this puree with butter. It was excellent idea. This is really great. So the butter makes it a really wonderful dish. Now together with this peas and chicken. Yes, this is the full meal. Great, absolutely great. Now a sip of this coffee. It's a standard instant coffee, quite bitter I would say. So let's try it with this sweetened condensed milk. Well, maybe first a bit on its own. Very smooth. Oh, and very tasty. It's like a dessert. Well, except sugar, this is the only sweet thing in the whole menu. A kind of dessert. Maybe a bit more. It's still very dark brown. Oh yes, it's much better. It's smoother. This bitterness has gone, but it is still not sweet. So as for me, it's a perfect coffee. So I am not disappointed. Now I will finish this meal, and just congratulations to the Russians. Because we have a lot of big main dishes in this ration, I took part of the snacks or side dishes into a separate snack meal. So I will use, of course, the galette, the crackers. We have one more tea, and we have this apple butter and processed cheese. Let me boil the water and make this tea. By the way, I don't know if you have noticed, there are no cold drink in this ration, what is also something strange for us for Russian rations. Let's go ahead with this processed cheese. This is a standard component of the Russian rations, and it was always good. Very light color. Let's put it on a cracker. It's quite soft. It was not in the fridge, of course, and now it's pretty warm here. I guess 27 degrees. We have today 25th of May, but it is extremely hot. But just for a short time. Okay. The cheese is very mild, so this is not this type of cheddar cheese as you have in the US rations, and it is not that salty, which is in my opinion good. These American cheeses are for me way too salty. Now this powidło, apple butter, I wonder if this is the same quality as was in these pouches. looks similar. Maybe it's a bit more liquid. Despite the change packaging, the content is really the same. I mean, gorgeous. So the taste is not too sweet, and it is really a concentrated fruit, concentrated apples. So really good, let's say, dessert in this ration. So I will finish this with a sip of this tea, which is now a bit too hot for me. Okay, we have one more main meal to try. We have this buckwheat groats with beef and the soup. First I will make the soup, then I will taste this buckwheat. This soup is called shi, and this is basically vegetable soup with cabbage, and this is with turkey meat. So I will put it in hot water and we'll see if it's any good. Let's have a look. It looks that we have a bit of tomato here, so big chunks of turkey meat, more than one, and the cabbage, maybe some potatoes. Smell is very good. Time to taste. A real taste of a homemade soup, very good. I would add here a bit of pepper, and I will do this, but the meat is tender, everything is well seasoned. I mean, it's salty enough. You have a lot of taste from these vegetables, from cabbage, from tomato a bit, and from the carrots. So really nice homemade dish, homemade soup. Now let's have a taste of this buckwheat groats with beef. It was warmed up in hot water. 250 grams, something like 8 ounces. Well, it's a usual look of this dish, a lot of kasha, this buckwheat, but we have also some beef pieces, which is not always the case, as you can see. Real beef pieces, because sometimes Russians give ground beef, and it is all mixed together, you know, in something like homogeneous mass. But now I have a real meat here, so let's try. Well, really nice dish. Everything is tender and it is salty enough. For me it lacks a bit of kind of spiciness, maybe sourness or bay leaf. I don't know if bay leaf is here. I have still my black pepper. Well, you need a lot of black pepper to change the taste. I will give some more pepper when I will finish this, but it's not bad, I would say. It's a bit greasy, but you have really the meat here, so it is quite decent dish. Thank you for watching. This was the review of the Russian Army 24-hour ration for small troops. So something like 1/6 of a group ration. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you all in my next reviews. Bye.